Hey Lionheart folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I'm using pronouns. It's sunny. I forgot my hat. Um, it's almost 6:20 a.m. I'm in Surfers Paradise and I'm walking towards the beach. And good morning for those of you who are watching, because it's very early here now. I don't usually wake up this early, but on trips I do, so I can go walk around and explore stuff. Yes. So I'm literally wearing slippers because I want to walk on sand and maybe dip my feet in the water. I haven't worn slippers outside like this in a very long time, because I usually wear runners and socks regardless of the weather. Like even if it's sunny and 35 degrees, I will still wear runners and socks. So yeah, this is a change. It's a change for sure. So this is the walkway that's next to the beach. It goes all the way down there. And if I turn around, it goes all the way down there as well. And then the beach is behind me. I'm gonna go walk on the sand. I consider this time relatively early lit, but there are still quite a number of people on the beach. In Melbourne, if I went to the beach at 6:20 a.m, I wouldn't find this many people. And it's a nice view. And I hope you can hear me over the waves. I don't really know how loud my voice projection is over the waves, but hopefully y'all can hear me. And the hotel I'm staying at is over there in that direction. I'm staying at Mantra on View Surfers Paradise, and we have a room where there's a balcony looking out to this ocean. Let me just slow pan so y'all can see this. This is Surfers Paradise. And I think if it wasn't for COVID-19 and the whole pandemic, there would be a lot more people here and a lot more tourists from overseas. A perfectly nice paved path for me to walk on. It's actually even easier to walk on the tracks than this I was gonna say unstable, but it's more unbalanced and it's more rough, because this is just straight track. That's a hack for y'all. Find the tracks the little buggies make and then walk on there. It's easier than this. The other option is to walk on this more wet sand that's sort of solidified a little bit. It's interesting to see the divide over there's hilly sand, and then there's the tracks, and then here is just wet sand that's smooth. Look at this. So there's seagull footprints, seagull and possibly other birds footprints around this whole area. It's the seagulls have marked their territory and been you human peasants, look at this. Seagulls have taken over this beach, and other superior species to humans, look at them lying there being you peasant human. The audacity of walking on our territory. I'm joking, it's just fine. I make jokes, it's fine. But yeah, there is a lot of seagull footprints here. The sun has come out a bit more and making me regret my decision to not go back to my hotel and getting my hat, but that's okay. I'm still walking on the hilly part of the sand, and I like it because even though it's more annoying in a way, because my feet sinks into the sand and there's more resistance, it's not as easy as walking on the smooth sand over there. That's flattened surface. But I like conditioning training. I think of this as conditioning training for my legs and the rest of my body. Resistance training in a way, because my feet sinks into the sand and it takes more energy to lift it up and take another step. And I always like conditioning training because I do martial arts, and even though I'm not an athlete, nor do I compete, it's just great conditioning overall, and my calves, my legs, everything will just tire less the more I condition it and train it, and my muscular endurance will just keep on growing with continued grit and effort. So someone left pizza on the bench, and all the birds are just going for it, but like, oh, free food. It's funny, like, yeah, that big bird is going for it. Free Domino's pizza. I can't imagine this being very good for the bird, because this is not like their normal diet. Like, they don't eat pizza if they were like living in the wild, unless someone just keeps feeding them pizza. But yeah, and I don't see many of these birds in Melbourne. Like, I see a lot more of it in Queensland. So yeah, I'm in Surfers Paradise in Queensland. Yeah, I don't see many of these birds in Melbourne. That was an ambulance that just passed. Within the street in of itself, like the beach is over there. I came from the beach, it's literally right over there. This is the first street that's next to the beach. There are a lot of motels and like hotels to choose from, or there's like a holiday house right across the street. Like, there's a lot of options for accommodation to choose from. If you're coming here for a holiday or whatever it may be where you need accommodation, there's a lot of options to choose from. And yeah, a lot of like high-rise hotels as well. So if you want like a beach view, you could get that too, but you have to pay extra for it. But yeah, a lot of options to choose from, just like within this street and like the area down where my hotel is at. Also just remembered, like, from what I've seen so far on the streets I've been on, you gotta pay for parking literally everywhere. Like, I have not found free public parking, or my family and I, we haven't found free public parking or like free curbside parking within these types of areas, even in the CBD. Like in, well, there is, well, I guess in the CBD in Brisbane and here as well, like, you don't have to pay for parking after like a certain time. So here's 2p meter until 7 p.m. In Brisbane, there are some areas that you have to pay for parking up until 10 p.m. But I know in Melbourne, I was thinking, in Melbourne, there is usually paid parking in the CBD too up until a certain time period. But I know in Melbourne, I park at a place where Sunday there's no meter counting, and Saturday the meter parking only goes up to 12:30 p.m. and after that, free parking all day. Even here, like when I, like, where did we go yesterday? We went to like different parts of Queensland, and there was like, you have to pay for parking even on public holidays. That doesn't happen in Melbourne. Like, public holiday in Melbourne, you don't have to pay for parking. But here, even on public holidays, you gotta pay for parking up to like 10 p.m. or something. I'm just like, why? What's up, yo? So I bought like an acai smoothie. It's a bunch of fruit and soft serve soft serve that's dairy free and also vegan. I saw them like put some chocolate looking thing in here. It tastes nice. After this, I'm gonna go walk along the beach and dip my feet in the water.